Hey fam, we are in day two of week one. And week one sets the tone for um, uh, recovery of the blocked artist. And in the reading here, it says, this week initiates your creative recovery. You may feel both giddy and defined, hopeful and skeptical. Um, the reading, the tasks, and exercises aim at establishing you, at allowing you to establish a sense of safety, which will enable you to explore your creativity with less fear. So it invites the shadow artist into the light. So all the moments that happened when we were younger, when I was younger, so when I'm going to use myself obviously as an example, when I was younger, um, I get to bring them to the light and I get to rewire and rewrite those moments in a way that makes me feel safe to create, that makes me feel safe to put myself out there and to put my work out there. And there's a quote that I actually liked in my morning reading. It says, it was around, we have been taught to believe the negative equals unrealistic and the positive equals. No, sorry, I'm going to read that again. We have been taught to believe that negative equals realistic and the negative equals unrealistic, and it made me think of that thing we like saying, that something is too good to be true. It's we always ever say it for the positive, like if it's too good, it's like it never is about bad things. It can be the worst, the worst, and we will still believe it. um, I liked that because I'm team Delulu as the Selulu, so it fed that. And then in terms of exercise, so it introduces you to morning pages as a practice and how that works. So morning pages is conscious writing of 3 pages where you just free flow. You write whatever comes to your mind. You literally just empty your brain. If you're writing and then mid-sentence another thought comes through, you don't have to worry about completing that one. Well, at least that's how I do it. And then the point is that no one is going to read your writing, so you are not trying to make sense. If them, yeah, you're not writing for someone to read what you're writing. You're just pouring as whatever comes to your mind out there. In the beginning I found that a little bit tricky, because I was just like, it's 3 pages. I don't know what I want to write. But even in, let's say, a page and a half, I'm writing and I'm like, I don't know what else to write. That's what I'm going to write. I don't know what else to write. And this is silly. I don't get the point of this, whatever it is. You write until you have 3 pages. And I did it. And then before you know it, 3 pages is not enough. It's like this morning, I wrote and wrote and wrote, and I was just like, okay, I have to stop at some point. But I had gotten to about 3.5 pages. It doesn't always happen that way. It's like moments where I have a lot of either ideas, because it also helps me with uh, kind of organizing my thought process around ideas, and I'll just follow the I'll follow the writing. I probably like it's like an extension of my brain. So it introduces you to morning pages. It also introduces you to the artist date, which is you'll pick a day once a week where you spend time with the artist, and it's a solo date where you pick whatever activity you want to do. You want to go to the gallery, you want to go to the park and read a book. Doesn't matter. It's just time that you dedicate to yourself, that you spend nurturing and nourishing yourself. And then in the exercises, that the first one that I did, was time travel exercise where I listed three enemies from of my creative self worth, and I listed them. I obviously can't. I'm not. I wouldn't say their names. I would name and shame. And then after listing them, I had to pick one story where I share it. And then this one was a. I actually wrote all three, um, but I'll share the one that I'll share this one. So this happened. This is something that happened 5 years ago. I had just put out my first. It was my second solo exhibition. You signed under a an agency, and one of the people that I invited was someone I respected really well in the creative industry, who was a guest. And after the show, he reached out to my agent and basically critiquing my work. She was more upset than I was about this, because this is someone I know very well. Like they could have had the conversation with me if they were concerned about my work, but they didn't do that. And they also didn't know my agent that well. They didn't, in fact, they didn't know her. There was no relationship there. So, but she took it with grace. Like she no, she didn't take it with grace. She was pissed. She was really mad because there was nothing wrong with my work. There was nothing wrong with my work. Otherwise, she wouldn't have signed me. And she cautioned me against listening to anyone's um, critique about my work, because she said this is one of the things that misdirects and misaligns artists when people are so generous with their feedback, um, and it changed my relationship with this person, because really, bruh, like, you could have called me, but you went behind my back to my agent, who, worst case scenario, she would have just kind of dropped me if my work was horrible, which it wasn't. But if my work was horrible, it could have, compromised a professional relationship. So that was my. So this person now enters the horror. What's the Monster Hall of Fame, and there's an instruction where, I mean, you don't have to, where I drew a little, oh, I can't see, yeah, where I drew a little, there you go, a little figure there, and then I crossed them out, and with the cartoon trashing the monster. But obviously, this is not personal. Like, I moved past it. Never. I don't know if I have, but I have. Let's say I have. I don't hold it against them. And so this is what I'm going to do. So I did the three exercises today. The time travel, listing the three people, and also the specific story of what happened, with the cartoon, and then tomorrow I'm going to continue with the exercises, where I'm going to write a letter to the editor in my defense, saying Sylvester is an amazing artist, and um, Jane Doe is is a jerk. Has big eyes. I'm reading from here, and then I've got another time travel exercise where I list three champions. So I'll share that tomorrow in my review of the day. Ciao.